What's going on, Smoke&Oak YouTube channel? Thank you for tuning in and welcome back to another episode. Today we're doing the single bottle review of Penelope Toasted, and we'll do a little bit of comparison at the end of the video here. So Penelope Toasted comes from obviously the Penelope Distilling Company. I did print off their little kind of advertising pamphlet here that they do. I'm just going to read you real quickly off this thing. It just says, "Our Toasted series is a testament to the power of serendipity. When we begin to explore the toasted finishes, we were expecting each barrel to be so different, so we decided to embrace the variety of the chars and toasts and make every bottle in our Toasted series truly one of a kind." So basically what they do is they start with a new American oak finished barrel, so they age it in the whiskey, and then they start over again in a hand-toasted barrel, they say. This particular pamphlet that I'm coming from is for batch 23304, which they say is a 4-year 100 proof. All of them I think are 100 proof. My particular bottle that I have on hand here is 50% ABV, so obviously 100 proof. It's aged 5 years, and it's batch 23305. So based off what they're saying here in the pamphlet and the fact that they put the batch number and everything in here, I'm going to assume that every batch is going to be slightly different. So the flavor profiles we get off of this bottle are going to be a little different. As you can see, I have cracked into it once before. But I like to get the neck pour out of the way before I do these videos, so that way they're not completely raw. So get a little pour up here. When I first tasted this, I got a ton of ethanol, which I'm hoping is kind of breathed off a little bit, so we'll see. So I get a little bit of like a toasted marshmallow, toasted caramel kind of flavor, which makes sense given the double oak. It's not as oaky as I would expect, not like a Woodford Reserve double oak, which is one of my favorite double oaks for sure. It does taste rather oaky on the palate. I get that toasted marshmallow kind of caramelized like creme brulee almost flavor on the nose. Initially on the palate, it is very sweet. It lends to the sweetness, but it does have quite a bit more oak, and actually it's more oaky today than it was when I popped the cork last night. So that second sip again starts very sweet, but it tends to lend to kind of an oaky and a bit higher proof than I would expect. The mash bill on this one, again, referring to their pamphlet here, 75% corn, 21% rye, and 4% malted barley. So it is a little bit higher on the rye, so you're going to get more of that rye spice, and I do taste that. Overall, pretty tasty whiskey. Definitely worth a try. What I wanted to do really quick is compare this. MSRP on this guy, I believe, is the same across the entire line of Penelopes. I think they're around $40 or $50 now. Don't quote me on that. But I have a fresh Glen here, and I thought it would be kind of fun to compare it to Penelope Architect. So we're going to do that really quick. And then one of my favorite Penelopes that I have ever tried is the Penelope Barrel Strength, and I have done a Barrel Strength and a Penelope before too. So we'll just do a 3x3 comparison here. Make sure I don't mess these up. Let's see, we've got A for Architect. Hey, that worked out. And we'll do E here for Barrel Strength. And then our unmarked glass is going to be our toasted. So let's do a 3-way comparison here. Bring these guys into frame so you can see them. So we're going to kind of go in order you see there here. So toasted. Okay. I'm not cleansing my palates. This is going to be a super accurate comparison. The Architect tends to be a little bit more muted, I think, on the nose. There's definitely not as much smell there as compared to the toasted. And the flavor's definitely different. Now, this particular Penelope Architect is another bottle that every batch is going to be a little bit different, so take that for what it's worth. I have build number 7 here. So if you're out shopping for Architects, there are different builds, and each build's going to have its own specific flavor profile. So far, I think my palate lends towards the toasted a little bit more. It's just a little bit sweeter. And although it's proofy, I think it's less proof. This is the Penelope's 100, or the Architect's 104 proof. So this is the lowest proof so far too. My barrel strength is 116 proof, and this is batch 16, 58% alcohol on this one. So And again, this one smells super sweet. Kind of more like the toasted, but not quite there. Now, this is a 4-grain mash bill on this one. I believe the Penelope Architect is also 4-grain mash bill, but that's the one that has the French oak staves on it. And then we have the toasted, which is the double oaked. So, man, that's good stuff. Definitely higher proof on the barrel strength, which I expected. The toasted definitely smells the best of the three. So I'll say this. Traditional bourbon flavor, 78% corn, 21% rye, 4% malted barley on this one. This is a 4-grain, so you're going to have your wheater in there. And I believe this is a 4-grain too, but finished with the French oak. If I was to rank them, I would actually go toasted number 1. I think the sweetness of this is just really getting me. That smell from the marshmallow and the caramel, that's just running through big time on that one there. The Architect is good. I personally think, and this might be a little bit offensive to the folks over at Penelope because I'm a big fan of Penelope, but I think the French oak finished, or French cask finished Maker's Mark, which I have a bottle of, is a little better than this one, if I'm being honest. It'd actually be an interesting comparison. Let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see that. To me, this tastes just a little bit dusty. I don't know what that is. It's only aged 4 years. It's not like a long barrel age that you're getting through on there, but it has a little bit of a musty, dusty taste to it, which might be the French oak, but I don't get that on the Maker's Mark. So, and then, yeah, this is just a fine whiskey all the way around. But if I was going to pick, I'd go toasted right now. That's my palate tonight. I would go barrel strength next. I still really like this. And then I would finish out with my Architect. They're all great whiskeys. I think you should give them a try. But if you're only going to buy one today, I would say let's go with the toasted. So coming up soon, we're going to do a review of the Penelope Rose Cask, which is the last one that I have in the Penelope series. I know there are more out there. I just don't have any more. So we'll give this one a shot here in a future video. But thanks for tuning in. My name is JT. Thanks for tuning into the Smoke&Oak YouTube channel. I appreciate you watching, and we'll see you on the next one.